Hey guys, how are you? I'm Jay, and today's knife is this is a brand new release from the We Knife Company. It's the Bishop, model number 903. Now, as usual, we will get into what I like about this, what I don't, and some of the potential deal breakers, and make sure you're going to want to stick around until the end because I even have a coupon code for you that will save you money on this knife. You should be looking at the specs right now. These are measurements that I had personally taken myself, but don't worry, I'll also list them down in the description below. So those of you that are interested can kind of follow along through the review, but we got to take care of those size comparisons right now. Why don't we go ahead and start with a Kaiser knife, the Gemini. And here is the Mini Crooked River from Benchmade. And here is the Manix 2 from Spyderco. This is a cold steel knife, the Mini Recon 1. Ooh, how about this one? From Lion Steel. This is the SR22. And let's finish up this section with one of my favorite knives in the whole wide world, the Viper Fortis. So if we start with the blade, you are looking at 3.5 inch drop point made from M390 steel that has been flat ground with just a gorgeous stonewash finish. And yes, you are seeing that correctly. It has just a slight recurve to the edge. Check out that blade thickness. Yeah, it is a whopping 4 millimeters, and hopefully you can see this, but the spine of the blade is in fact crowned. Yeah, it's rounded. Very nice touch. The width, so from the spine to the sharpened edge, is 1.22 inches. The Bishop does feature a well done sharpening choil, and I really like how you see how that plunge grind is kind of angled, so whatever you're cutting through, it's going to help to push that material away from the thumb hole. As long as we're talking about that thumb hole, it just happens to be one of the two deployment methods that We Knife has given us. The other, of course, being the flipper tab. Now, as a left-handed knife guy, the thumb hole is very difficult for me to utilize just because there is really not much room between it and the lock bar. For righties, oh yeah, you got a decent amount. Lefties, no. So at the same time, when I'm trying to deploy it with the thumb hole, I'm also happen to be pushing on the lock bar, but we will talk about that more here in a second. The blade is riding on it's a ball bearing pivot, ceramic ball bearings to be exact. The detent is crazy strong. I might even go as far to say a hair too strong. And you can see upside down, cannot shake this loose. No way. So of course the action here on the Bishop is absolutely amazing. Out of the box, it was amazing. I mean, look at this. Did you see that? It friggin' makes me smile every damn time I do that. Every time. You probably hear it in my voice right now. So yeah, I would say it pretty much drops shut. And you can do, of course, that thumbnail closure deal. Oh my goodness, that is just beautiful. And that lock bar is super easy to get at. So you can see that, yeah, it is. It's raised up just a little bit above the show side there, and then of course it's got, so there's like a little flat spot inside on the lock bar with like some, you really don't want to call it jimping, because it's very shallow to be considered jimping, but it kind of gives your thumb something to catch on when you're closing it. Now I want to draw your attention to the lock bar here, and just the portion that you can see that is exposed. Now it can tolerate a little bit of pressure from my thumb during deployment. Yeah, you can see, and it still fires open. Now if we check the centering as usual with Wee knives, this is just about perfect. Now there's going to be 3 areas of jimping on the bishop. Right there on the, see that? On the flipper tab, on the blade spine, so I guess really you would refer to that as the thumb ramp, and then again a little bit on the on that very short backspacer. Now let's move on down towards the to the handle, which is 4.5 inches in length and a thickness of it is a little bit over that half-inch threshold, but not by much, just 0.53 inches. You are looking at scales made from, it's going to be titanium with carbon fiber overlays. Very, very nice carbon fiber overlays. I mean, there is no pits, no imperfections, well, at least on mine. And the titanium now, that is just one piece. So each side is one piece of titanium with the contoured carbon fiber overlays. Just gorgeous. I wear a medium-sized glove, and if you take a look there, oh yeah, I can fit all of my fingers on that handle. No trouble at all. And there are no sharp edges anywhere on this handle, and I have looked. So fit and finish, which I already touched on a little bit, but look at where the carbon fiber meets that titanium. Absolutely no gaps. I mean, I'm running my thumb here across it, and I can't even feel a seam. So yeah, I would say that the grip is, it's super comfortable, and part of the reason is going to be, again, from those contoured scales. Look at that, how the light just kind of hits it. Very nice. Now traction, there really is not much, if any, because this is, yeah, it feels kind of slick, but because of the thumb ramp and the flipper, I mean, I am not at all concerned about my hand slipping forward. It would be very difficult to do, actually. I want to bring you in close just so we can take a look at this, at the pocket clip, which is milled titanium. And if you see there, no, it really is not a deep carry, but it's not actually too bad. It kind of does give you just the right amount to go ahead and pinch to pull that out of your pocket. And that clip is going to be just, it's going to be tip up only, but that's for righties. Bam! Yep, they gave us some lefty love. It can be moved to the other side for us lefties. Thank you, Wee. Now, in your pocket, the closed width, so, and I measured at the widest section, is going to be 1.37 inches of, that's going to be how much it's going to take up, how much room it's going to take up in your pocket across. And that wide section, when it's closed, look at where it is. Yep, all the way down. That's going to be at the bottom of your pocket where it should be. So when you're trying to kind of stick your hand in the pocket to fish something out, it's going to be narrow and you'll be able to slip right past it. Before you go ahead and toss this up on the scale, I just want to go ahead and show you that it is, well, for the most part, it's going to be open construction because of that very short backspacer. So you'll be able to routinely clean this out without having to disassemble it each time. And if we look on the inside, those titanium liners, they have not, neither one has been skeletonized in an effort to reduce the weight. So let's see how that affects our knife. Wow, that's pretty good. That's really good for a knife of this size. 3.8 ounces, which is going to be roughly the equivalent. What do you say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 5 AA batteries. Let's take one away and see. 3.5. I always like to overestimate the weight. 5 AA batteries, or almost the exact same weight as the Kaiser Gemini. Hey guys, really quick, go ahead, click on that subscribe button if you're looking for knife reviews that get right to the point. And if you enjoyed this video at all and you got any value from it, I don't know, how about a thumbs up? Thanks, guys. Before we get to my potential deal breakers, of course I have a question for you guys. And really, all I would like to know regarding this wee bishop and this lock, because it does kind of straddle the line between being a frame lock or a liner. And I would love to hear from you guys. What do you consider this? Liner lock or frame? Let me know. Comment section below. Potential deal breaker number 1 is going to be regarding that recurve edge. Now, I really don't have much of a problem with it, but I completely understand that, you know, some of you just do not want to have to deal with that, especially for sharpening. But I will say it's a minimal recurve, but unfortunately, Wee's website makes no mention of this being a recurve. Potential deal breaker number 2 is regarding the deployment and the fact that using the thumb hole is very difficult to do, especially for a lefty like myself, because I'm pushing on the lock bar at the same time. I think I was able to get it to spider flick like once or twice, and I'm not, you can see I don't have my finger on the lock bar. I'm trying to keep it on the pocket clip. Nope, I can't do it. But I know, you know, it's not just specific to this knife. I know there's other Wii models where, you know, the detent kind of makes utilizing the thumb hole very, very difficult. And the last potential deal breaker is going to be the price. $253 will buy you your very own Bishop. Now, remember the coupon code. So I do have a little bit of relief for you. If you go White Mountain Knives, yep, you type in the coupon code Lefty Love, you will receive 10% off of your purchase. So you could get something like this at a discount. Oh man, guys, you know what I almost forgot? We got to cut some stuff. So I'm going to cut and talk at the same time, if that's okay. Now, if you're not 100% crazy about this color combination, meaning the distressed bronze, you can get this in blue titanium bolsters, or, oh, what's the other one? Oh, it's like a metal steel color. But it looks very, very nice. Man, this recurve is just tearing through this cardboard. I want to cut. I love cutting these Amazon envelopes. Look at that. Look at that. An infant could do that. It's so easy. Oh, that is just beautiful. But I have to admit, I absolutely just love this weathered appearance on the bolster, on the blade. I mean, even check out the hardware, the screws, pivot screw, even has that same weathered appearance to it. I love that kind of attention to detail, and it really makes this thing look old, like it's from, I don't know, like the Civil War or something. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a knife that can handle some hard use while still being relatively lightweight as an everyday carry, this is it right here, the Bishop. And I got to tell you, I'm impressed. I am absolutely impressed. I really like it. Check that. I love it. Really quick, and before we go, I want to just go ahead and I'm going to throw up some other channels here up on the screen right now. You can see all of those. Go and visit any of them, because these are all channels that I watch their stuff regularly. So, knife beater approved, definitely.